Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. So we're going to talk about equations now. I think the reason why I want to talk about equations is because the next video I'll be talking about simultaneous equations. So I thought it was important that I just talk about equations first, lay the foundation for it, and make sure that everybody's on the same plane and board before I move to simultaneous equations. Okay. So basically, when we talk about equations, we're referring to these are equations. It's a kind of mathematical concept that links an algebraic expression and a number, or it can link two algebraic expressions with the equal to sign. Now, this is different from the expressions, algebraic expression we talked about before. But in equations now, we're linking algebraic expression together. So let me just write it down for some of you that are taking notes as well, so that you will know what I just said. So that means the equation. So basically the equation links an algebraic expression So it links an algebraic expression and number, all right? Or you can link two algebraic expression. So it links two algebraic expressions with an equal to sign. So we have this, so with an equal to sign. So the key thing that makes an equation is the equal to sign. So the difference between an expression and an equation is an equal to sign. So either you have an algebraic expression with a value or a number with an equal to sign. So for instance, you can have maybe 3x plus 5 is equal to 20. This is an equation because of the equal to sign. Or you can have two algebraic expressions. So you can have something like 3x plus 5x is equal to 20x plus 3. This is also an equation. So basically, the key is that we have the equal to sign linking both of them together, all right? So what I'm going to say now is that I want to just put out the rules there for equations so that you can be conversant with what we're doing. So we have three basic rules. So there are also manipulations that we can talk about, but there are three fundamental rules I want to just highlight, okay? And if I can highlight those, when we go down to the other forms of indices and stuff, we can talk about the rest. But there are three fundamental rules of equation we have to talk about. The first one is that whatever you do to the left-hand side of the equation, you must do to the right-hand side. Is that okay? So whatever you do to the left-hand side, okay, you must, okay? Whatever you do to the left-hand side, you must do to the right-hand side. Okay, so whatever you do to the left-hand side, you must do to the right-hand side. So let's pick an example for this. So let's say we have 3x is equal to 12, okay? Now, whatever I do to the left-hand side, I must do to the right-hand side. So if, for instance, I'm dividing the left-hand side by 3, I must also divide the right-hand side by what? 3. Can you see? And then the x is going to be equal to what? 4. All right? Or if I have 5x plus 2 is equal to 3, all right? So what I do, I'm going to add -2 to the left-hand side and also -2 to the right-hand side. So that means we'll have 5x plus 2 minus 2, and also we're going to have 3 minus 2. Are you seeing it? So whatever you do to the left-hand side, you will do to the right-hand side. So you now simplify. You get 5x is equal to 1. Then also, whatever you do to the left-hand side, you do to the right-hand side. So if I divide the left-hand side by 5, I'll divide the right-hand side also by 5. And this will cancel that, and x will be equal to 1 over what? 5. Okay, and that is it. That's the first rule. Whatever you do to the left-hand side, you must do to the what? The right-hand side. Now let's go to the second rule, okay? The second rule now is so simple as well, is that when a number, similar to the first rule, okay, but it's also put in some textbook in another different way, all right? So it says when a number crosses the equal to sign, the sign must change. So that means if it was a positive sign, it becomes a negative sign. And if it was a negative sign, it becomes a what? Positive sign. So the second rule says when a number crosses, okay, over the equal to sign, so the equal to sign is, if you remember, the equal to sign. So if it crosses the equal to sign, each sign must. Does that make sense? Each sign must change. So that means that it is positive, okay? It's positive, it moves to negative, it becomes negative. Or if it was negative, it's going to become positive, all right? Or if it's negative, it becomes what? It becomes positive. Okay? So if a number crosses over, so if you move a number over the sign, if it's negative, it becomes positive, and if it's positive, it becomes negative. So let's look at an example. Let's say we have 3x minus 2 is equal to 3. Okay? Now, if minus 2 decides to cross over to this side, it's going to become 3x will be equal to 3 plus 2. Are you seeing it? So the minus sign is going to change, okay? And that will give us 3x is equal to what? 5. Then we're going to apply rule 1. What you do to the left-hand side, you do to the right-hand side. So I'm going to divide the left-hand side by 3 and the right-hand side as well by 3. And this will cancel this out, and we have x will be equal to 5 over 3. And that will be that for that. Okay? That is that for that. So like I said, this is how you do when a number crosses over. So let's try another one. Let's say if it was 3x plus 2 is equal to 3. Now, in this case, the 2, all right, is going to cross over to the other side. Okay, so it's going to become 3x is equal to 3 minus 2. Then 3x is going to be equal to 1. So whatever you do to the left-hand side, you divide by 3. You're going to do the same thing to the right-hand side. You divide by what? 3. And that will give you what? X will be equal to 1 over what? 3. And that is that for that. So basically, what this rule just states is that when a number crosses the equal to sign, the sign will change. So if it was positive, it becomes negative. And if it becomes negative, it will become what? Positive. So yeah, so let's go to the third one now, the third rule, okay? The third one. So the third one is also simple. It's almost similar to what we've been doing already. So it's basically similar to making the subject a formula or looking for an unknown when all other values are known. So basically it states that when there is one variable that is x in one side of the equation, you can rearrange the other elements to get the value for x. So basically it states that when there is only one variable or only one unknown, all right? Okay, e.g. x, all right? Then we can rearrange the equation to solve for x. All right? So for instance, to make it easy, when we have 3x plus 2 is equal to 4x minus 3. So you can see in this kind of equations, there's only one unknown, x, but all other values are known. So what you have to do is that it's trying to say that you can rearrange, dividing both sides, multiplying both sides, crossing over the equal to sign to look for x. So like in this case now, what we'll do is that we'll collect like terms. So x is going to cross over to this side to make the follow x, while 2 is going to cross over to this side as well. All right. So let me use another color for 2 so you can see the difference. So 2 is going to move over to this side. So for the x, it's going to become 3x. Okay. Now, 4x is going to move, plus is going to become minus 4x, will be equal to. Now, also, the minus 3 is going to be here, but plus 2 is moving to the other side, okay? And it's going to move to the other side, and that will become minus what? 2. Are you seeing it? So then you now solve for x. So 3x minus 4x is going to give you minus x, and it will be equal to minus what? 5. So like I said, what you do to the left-hand side, you do to the what? The right-hand side. So you divide both sides by minus 1. So therefore, minus cancels minus, and x is going to be equal to what? 5. And that'll be the answer for that. You can pick another one. Let's say we have 5x plus 2 is equal to 3x plus 8. The same thing. 3x go to this side, so it's going to become 5x minus 3x. Then 2 will go to this side, and that will become minus 2. 5x minus 3x is going to give us 2x, and 8 minus 2 is going to give us 6. You then divide both sides by 2. This will cancel that, so x will be equal to what? 3, and that is how you do that. Okay, so these are the 3 rules for equation. These are the 3 basic rules. There are other rules, but these are the 3 basic rules to solve any form of equations. So basically, whatever you do to the left-hand side, you must do to the right-hand side, and that is that for that. And when a number crosses over the equal to sign, it must change. So that means if it was positive, it becomes negative, and vice versa. And also, there's only one unknown. So you can rearrange the equation to solve for x. All right, so that'll be that for that. So please, like I always say, try as much as possible to solve more questions. And if you have any question, please let me know. The next video, I'm going to talk about simultaneous equation, and we'll talk about substitution method. We're going to talk about elimination method. We're going to talk about simultaneous equation for 2 unknown or for 3 unknowns. Is that okay? All right, so don't forget to subscribe, okay, and comment if you have any questions. Just let me know. Send me an email or drop it in the chat box. All right. Thank you very much. So I'm going to see you in the next video where we talk about simultaneous equations. All right, see you.